I'm not the moderator. Karen White, it was kind enough. Lisa Riolo is on your deal as the moderator. She got stuck in Santa Barbara. Glenn was telling me getting in and out of Santa Barbara is always dicey early in the morning, so she got stuck. And Karen, who lives here in Las Vegas, was kind enough to come and be our moderator. And so we're going to just start. We have no idea how long this presentation is, so we're just going to start talking, and we'll have plenty of opportunity for questions and jumping in. Thanks.
Good morning, you guys. So we're here to talk about how chat delivers more sales, more affiliate revenue, and I'm just going to start this off by allowing the panel here to introduce themselves. Durk, do you want to go first, or?
Sure. I'm Durk Price, and I'm president of eAccountableOPM, and we are a outsourced program manager. We have approximately 50 programs, 50 merchants that we manage their programs. We manage across multiple networks, so we manage somewhere about 120 different programs on various networks.
I'm Alan Weissman. I'm the president and founder of My Nursing Uniforms. We're an online nursing uniform and healthcare apparel retailer, and we've been using Upsell It for about a year now, managed by Durk and eAccountable.
My name is Jacquie Matzat. I'm the Internet Marketing Manager for a company called Your Baby Can Read, which is an early language development program for children 3 months to 5 years. Durk is our OPM, and we recently signed up with Upsell It in the fall.
My name is Glenn Russell. I'm the president of Upsell It and founder. Upsell It is a chat marketing company, and we're pleased to be here today to sort of share the technology with you guys. This is a unique technology in a very interesting space, and with the economy the way it is, people are looking to increase sales, and so we want to tell you how we do that.
So chat delivers more sales. Really, we're here to talk about Upsell It, and really to talk about how we can use this new technology to increase affiliate revenue.
Correct. When we started working with Upsell It, they told us that conversions site-wide would increase 8 to 15%. Anybody in this marketplace, or anytime you can get significant increase in conversions, we're always interested, since we're on the performance side. So as we roll this program out, the second big question, which we'll talk about more later, is really, since we manage affiliate programs, we wanted to make sure that the affiliate tracking also remained intact with the sales. And they assured us it does, and it has, of course. And so we viewed them as a partner to all of our performance marketing efforts. And in that case, the affiliates win, our clients win because they have more sales. And we've been very, very pleased with the rollout over the last 14 months. Glenn, you want to talk, let you take over about the fine points of how it works.
Yeah. When we started this business 3 years ago, it had been in development, the chat technology, for about 5 years before. One of the engineers, the founding engineer actually, was at Berkeley, and since this is a small group, I'll tell you the real story. He developed a chat technology to really act as a girl and try and pick up guys on the internet. Her name was Vixen Love. And he developed this at school really half as a lark, and really just to sort of see what he could do. And there was a British guy called Alan Turing, and Alan Turing was a cryptologist that broke the German cipher code during the war. And Alan Turing was one of these mathematician guys that said in the years to come, people will talk to machines just like they talk to humans. And he found a test, if you Google it, called the Turing test, which sets out the criteria for talking to machines. And that was one of the driving forces behind this technology. And so even though today we're a sort of running business and we're using this chat technology, people think, it's just a bot. Well, it really isn't just a bot. This technology is a blending of different technologies. To give an example, we use a thing called natural language processing, which really takes the meaning out of the English language. Let me give an example. An example could be, Are you hardly working, or are you working hard? So you're using similar words, what completely different meanings. It takes technology and know-how to be able to differentiate what the person's asking. Along with that, we use what's called a regular expression engine, where we break down the sentence and make sure we remember every part of the question that was asked so we can answer it in a better way. And then we use what we call phase state technology, which really is a conversation, a memory piece that sort of remembers all past conversations as well. So what you get with this blending of the technology is a product that you feel like you're talking to a human being. Some of our customers actually pretend it is a human being, and some people pretend that they say it's a virtual agent. But to most people, they really can't tell the difference. The knowledge base behind this product is such that, you know, if you want to ask a stupid question like who's the president of the United States, or what's 2 + 2, or what color's the sky, all of that stuff is built into the knowledge base. And so this technology really has been used in a performance model to help e-tailers and people with online services to increase either sales or leads, or to bring people back. As an example, 90% of the people that come to any website leave anyway. And what we'll do, our promise is we'll bring back about 30% of those people. They may not buy, but we'll bring back about 30% of those people. To give you numbers that you'll understand, if you sell 100 of something today and you incorporate this technology in the way we would recommend, you'll sell between 105 or 120 of whatever you're selling. We have some customers selling a bit more, some a little bit less, but on average, across all of our products and services, that's what we attest to. And the technology works. We're a no-risk solution because we work on a performance model. So like the affiliates here, they're here to drive traffic to your site, and we're here to make sure people stay on the site and buy. And so the technology is really very engaging, and regardless how aggressive the chat is, which is up to the customer, of course, or passive, people regard it as customer service. And so it's been very, very successful across all market segments, and I'm pleased to be here today really just to sort of give you the propaganda, but with real live customers that it's making sales for them.
So over the last 14 months, we rolled out the upsell program to a variety of our clients and various levels of capability, meaning people with large in-house programming staff, people with no programming staff, people with outsourced programming. Our average conversions, and I ran the numbers through December 10th, through all of our programs that we're running, and it's about, I think it's around 15 or so now, was just under 18%. So that means the people that were getting ready to leave the site, we converted 18% of those people into sales. And our conversions vary between 10% and 53% of the abandons that we've saved. We've also found that it's relatively easy to install, and that and to modify, which is a big thing, that we can do A/B testing on the offers very easily. Also, the other thing that's really been interesting is the conversions do not seem to depend on deep discounts. You know, when you're interrupted, a deal comes and says, hey, please don't leave, we'd really like your business, something to that effect. It's actually much more sophisticated than that. But how about if we give you $5 off if you buy it now? Just as something simple. And so even if the products, it can be layered based on what they're ordering or the size of the order, but what we found is we haven't needed deep discounts to affect the behavior of the abandon to sale. Again, in the average order size, we have average order sizes all over the board with our clients using it, and even the larger average order sizes are converting very high. So again, there doesn't seem to be any reason why we can't, and we have shown that we're converting luxury items with this tool. We've had virtually no purchaser or visitor complaints with the tool. And again, just to reiterate, the main thing we wanted to accomplish, since we're affiliate managers, program managers is make sure that the affiliates were paid during this process. So we have obviously done enough of that. We know the affiliates are paid, so they become partners with us in the transaction. When we basically, you have a question?
Yeah. What's the name of the company? Well, you talking about Glenn. What's the name of the company?
The company's called upsellit.com.
And it's Save a Sale Technology is what I would call it.
Later you're going to present the company name and information, or just like a general?
Yeah, I'm going to give you general information, then we can answer any questions you may have. As a matter of fact, the guy I was talking to about just walked in this room, Chris Wampler. He's the good-looking guy here with, and he's the guy that developed the technology, and so it's good he's here because we can get into some technical detail if you want, and but the technology is very unique.
And, you know, a lot of our customers come to us, you know, we're you know, telling them about the technology, and they want to know how it works fundamentally and what the costs are. So we're actually running an analysis prior to installing the application to show them what they can see in the way of return. And so this particular we have, for client A we have here, they basically told us how many cart abandons they had a month. And based on what we knew we were producing in the affiliate channel, we basically came up with an analysis of how much it would increase their sales. So we went through, you know, basically, this is the way I calculate, so it's probably nobody's way of figuring this out, but basically we were looking at, we told them that we would increase their site-wide sales $57,000. When it came down to, we actually did actual and we converted 35,000, but we had a conversion rate of, it's actually, yeah, of about 30%. So somewhere, either their conversion or their abandoned information was higher or whatever, but still at converting 30%, we increased their sales. We were actually, after we're doing the projections, $35,000 for that client in that month. And I think you would, I mean, that was a significant, you know, very important increase in their business. And it came with a cost, an average cost of 7.56%. Which they thought was extremely good. So we actually run the analysis then for another client, and this was also where the first client was one where their average order size is about $139, and we also ran the numbers for another client. Actually, I was hoping to have numbers on a smaller average order size, but he has not installed it. But this is another analysis where we were showing him that his overall costs, based on increasing his sales by $7,500, was going to be about just under 12%. So again, this works for both small and large clients, and small average order sizes as well as large average order sizes.
Durk, let me ask you a question. In terms of affiliate sales, do you have any data, or like in terms of conversions? What's the percentage of, say, overall affiliate sales? How is that increased by the usage of Upsell It?
I really haven't, that's a good one. I haven't done the analysis, but I would say that anecdotally, all of our conversions for all of our affiliate programs have increased significantly since doing Upsell It. So we attribute better conversions in our affiliate program through Upsell It. We really, and actually we can do the analysis. It's not hard at all, but no one's asked me that. So the next time you see this, it'll have that on there. That's a really good thing to, here I'm an affiliate deal, tell affiliates how it increases their business. But anecdotally, we know it does.
One thing that was and continues to be important for me is that you see that increase in conversion rate across all channels, so that when we start looking at our costs for things like pay-per-click, you know, we see that conversion rate increase, and so, you know, the way that we model our costs for pay-per-click is, and, you know, all other channels has really changed fundamentally since we've installed Upsell It.
Okay, and the next one is I tried to use, again, some more projections, what we were projecting on analysis on a number of clients we were doing, and basically then the projection, and I really didn't, I actually think it was higher than our final projection. But in December, we projected to do $500,000 in incremental sales through all the clients that had the program installed at about using the 17.8 or 17.99%. And I think we actually did, I know Your Baby Can Read actually outperformed their numbers from the time we installed it to the end of the month. So I think we were actually higher than this number for all of our programs that had it. And it represented a significant increase in our overall sales that we do for all of our customers, obviously.
Is this Jackie? Yes. Chat delivers more sales, more affiliated revenue. She's going to talk about, Jackie is from My Nursing Uniforms, correct?
Other way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your Baby Can Read. I apologize. Yeah. And both Jackie and Alan, thank you, are clients of Durk's who are now using the Upsell It chat technology with their websites. And so she's going to speak on her experience with it with Your Baby Can Read.
We have two websites that we drive traffic to. One is directly related to our national infomercial. It's a .tv site. And then we also have a .com site. I tested Upsell It in September on our .com site. Very, very easy to install. It took our team about an hour. And it contributes to about 11 to 15% of overall sales. 25% conversion rate is our average. So it was pretty much a no-brainer. We went ahead and also installed it on our .tv site as well. And pretty much the same amount of conversions. It's slightly higher on the .tv site, about 16%. So it's just a great tool. I mean, the ROI is always there because you pay per transaction. So it's definitely a great tool for us. Very pleased with it.
The fact of the matter is, if you walked into a store to buy something, they wouldn't let you walk around, pick stuff up, and walk out the store without saying, "Can we help you?" Right. And so why should people do that online? People are there looking at the window, grab them and try and sell them something.
One thing that has really struck me about Upsell It is, and I had to go through it a few times, is just the numbers that we're talking about. 17% conversion from people who otherwise would have abandoned. I mean, it's a huge number, and especially for installing a script that literally does take an hour. I mean, I'm on Yahoo Store, and we have a ton of configuration issues, and that has never been an issue for us with Upsell It. And so, in terms of the time that we put in and the management which this product takes, which is almost nil, I mean, to see those numbers, you can turn it on and off and look in your reports and look in your funnel analysis and things like that, and you'll see the difference day to day if you've got Upsell It going on your site or if you don't have it there.
I don't know when to ask the question, but what's the difference between the technology that when you're representing the chat technology?
Yes, sir.
And the technology that Durk representing, is it the same kind of concept or it's a completely different?
Now, he's using our technology.
Yes.
I'm an affiliate program manager. I'm outsourced, and I recommended to my clients that they install Upsell It. And so I just facilitated getting Upsell It for my customers.
It was on a phone call with Durk, I think, probably about just a year ago now, that Durk was like, "Hey, I have this new product. You should really check it out," and that's how we got started.
So,
Mr. Glenn, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you started with the program because of Durk. He represented to you to
Yeah.
Glenn, right?
Yeah.
and you have a question?
Now, what's the difference between Upsell It and live person or chat?
Well, okay, that's a good question. Live person, of course, is live people, and this is artificial intelligence, so you're really talking to a computer. Now, when we started the company, in our original business model, we thought we'd have live agents as well. And what we found in our first 6 months is we didn't need them, because the technology was so good, we didn't really need live people. And so when people look at the cost of a call center, if you want, or with live people like agents at home or whatever, the cost is significantly more when you're paying for people to do it and over technology. Let me give you a funny story. And this was in the Wall Street Journal. It's called the Knucking Fat story. And the deal is that a live call center was online with a customer, and they were representing Sprint, the telephone company. And the customer asked the agent if they could merge their mobile phone bill with their home phone bill and have it all on one phone bill. And the guy's obviously having a bad day, he had a fight with a wife or something, and he said, "Are you knucking farts?" And that ended up getting back to Sprint and back to the company in question, and the person obviously was fired. But one of the things that sort of outlines is that you can't necessarily rely on people. One, they're expensive. Two, they're outside having a smoke. They take vacations. This technology really helps live people. Now, as a matter of fact, as we have customers that have live people as well. So what they'll do is they'll use our technology to front end any live person. So if they want that live interaction there, they can use this technology to answer the 90% of the questions which are FAQs. They're frequently asked questions that everyone asks every day. You can use technology like this to answer that. And then if you have high value calls that you want a live person to speak to, then route them to the live agent. So really, we're not here to replace live people. We're here to work with it. But it's so cost effective, people don't feel they need to use the live people, and it does a job better than a live person, really.
So, Glenn, in terms of building the knowledge database, you can identify, a point of customer escalation with a specific, if
Exactly.
a customer's having a
there
tech
can be
question,
keywords
et cetera.
or whatever the type of question, and we can say, hey, do you want to talk to a live agent now? And we can route them straight through or give them a phone number or whatever. But the technology really is geared to do the job from start to finish. But if they need a live person, they can speak to a live person. Well, that's a good question as well. When we first started, we were looking at e-tailers and stuff, and we have a number of e-tailers, of course. But the technology works very well in a lead generation environment. It's done very well for lead gen, where people may be filling out information and they ask for the social security number, and people think, oh, I don't want to give them my social security number. We'll pop a chat and say, listen, we need this for the Patriot Act, and your data's safe here, and blah 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 blah. And people just need that reassurance sometimes, one, to buy a product, and to sort of give information. And so the technology can be used in that regard. It's also can be used for customer service, just purely answering questions for the customer and drive them to the right place on the site. While I'm on that sort of vein, one of the biggest things that we offer is that all the chats are time-stamped. So that means that the customer, can actually see what people are saying when they come onto your site, which is very valuable. We've had a number of customers that have modified their website and their offerings based on the feedback they've got back through our chat logs that they didn't know before. So it's very, if you mine that data, it's very, very important and can be very helpful in the way you market and sell your products.
Right. I think that data is tremendous because, even versus the data that you would look at from a live chat transcript with a real person, when you're working with Upsell It, you have a predictable answers and predictable information that you're providing to people, so you can actually test to see if you're providing the right types of products and information to people without doing something like retraining, a customer service person to try to, upsell a certain product or aspect of the business. This thing just does it.
And the other thing is that, with live people, sometimes they get busy. So the call volume may be high, you've got a live chat going and you're chatting with a live agent. Now they're busy. And so you're looking for a response. The other day I went onto AT&T's site and asked for, I lost my password to my AT&T account, and that came up and said your wait time to talk to this agent who was in India was 5 minutes. So I waited for 5 minutes, actually, and they came on in about 5 minutes. We talked to them, and then there were long delays in between. Whereas if you employ technology like this, it's instant. This technology can talk to 10 people or 10 million people all at the same time. So you get rid of the peaks and troughs in volume with this technology.
And I want to go back to the live chat question. One of our best wins was with one of our most sophisticated clients that had his product requires a lot of interaction because it's a digital conversion product, and they have to have a certain quality digital image for it to be turned into a product. And so they use live chat a lot to assure people that they can convert most any image that they want. So what they did was they said, well, we will never use it, because not only that, live chat or live person, I believe, actually provides this tool that you can interrupt somebody leaving. So they said, we're going to install that now, because that's in our enterprise division deal. But so we kept bugging them, and they finally allowed us to put it on another site that we manage for them in their affiliate program, and it was converting at about 35%. And he said, he started thinking about it, and he realized that what was happening in a lot of the abandonments was their live people, which were staffing from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening Eastern Standard Time. One, they couldn't react quickly enough all the time. As you were saying, they're out taking a smoke or whatever, and so that they were missing those, and you cannot wait for someone abandoning, and you can't pop up a live chat session and then have them wait 5 minutes for somebody to come on, and they're gone, and they're mad at you at that point. So what happens was he installed Upsell It in a place very deep in the site where he knew that his chat guys weren't reacting, his live people were not reacting fast enough, and he got those conversions, and he's converting it. In December, the first part of December, he was converting 53% of those abandonments in his cart. So he was obviously very pleased, and he was very, very experienced. He was one of Live Person's first clients when they went live, and he's very proactive in that venue. But because this is slightly different, he was able to employ it to great use.
If you're using real people to do this also, I don't even know how you get a good metric for how well you're reducing shopping cart abandonment. I mean, short of having customer service representatives logging, okay, well, I initiated a chat session with somebody who was about to leave and I gave them this offer. I don't know how you even build a metric for that. And so if Upsell It was only as good as a real person to begin with, just the fact that you have a metric that you can work from and improve upon, Upsell It as you work with it is going to always beat out a real person, in my opinion.
And the fact of the matter is that these live people, they're running off a script anyway. Mm-hmm. They already have a script, so the computer can do that as well as the guy, so why not just use the computer? They're not saying what they want to say. They look at the question and they pull it from a script list.
So one of the questions I wanted to bring up, and I'll get to next, is can you guys talk about installation? I heard you say that this is really quick, simple. Alan, as a merchant, how simple was this for you to implement on your website?
I also have a software development background, so I'll just say it literally is a couple of tags on some of your checkout pages, and the Upsell It scripts do the rest. I mean, there's really nothing to it. It's not any more complicated than installing in fact, I think it's easier than installing Live Person. But I mean, any merchant who's working with affiliates is used to making upgrades to their checkout process and installing scripts. And I'd say that Upsell It is no more difficult than anything out there. In fact, it's probably a bit easier.
Yeah. You have a question?
Yeah, is there anything other than installing the tag, or is there any other setup work?
We have to write the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, we typically write the script and the script is really based on any sort of telemarketing script you might have and your FAQs. And we typically blend that, and we have scripting engineers that really write the scripts in the way we know that works to convert. And And then the customer reviews that. Nothing's put up without the customer's knowledge. And so everyone signs off when they're all happy, and up it goes.
Do you have any examples of implementation?
We actually have an implementation sheet. We could send you an implementation sheet. It's a one-pager. If it takes your engineer more than an hour to do it, fire him. Because
Seriously.
This sounds like it's an interesting concept for like a registration event and then a short automatic.
exactly.
Exactly.
So can you, do you implement it in every place you want it, or do you implement it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, it's really up to the customer, you know, where they launch, you know, on the landing page they may launch. Certainly when someone puts something into a cart, they'll launch. Once they're purchasing the product, maybe they launch again to say they may have an upgrade or whatever.
One of our clients wants it put on after they've been on the site a certain amount of minutes to see if you not found what you're looking for. And they may or may not offer, they may A/B test it to make an offer at that time or not. So we've found you can do anything with it, and we find that all our clients kind of play with it to get it where they're comfortable and where they think it has the most impact.
What we typically do is when a new customer goes live, we tag a scripting engineer to audit the account on a continual basis for the first 30 days. Because what happens is you use all the FAQs and any scripts you might have, and we build the script out, and then what we do is we monitor it, and we look at the chat logs daily to say, oh, this customer said, do you sell it in red? And 20 people today said, do you sell it in red? So maybe we should respond to that, you know. It really gives you a lot more knowledge about what the customer's looking for, not just on the product, but how to navigate on your site.
And we have 2 more questions. You?
What happens when the customer has something that the end doesn't recognize?
Well, we have what's called default lines. So if it doesn't understand it because it's not in the script, that's probably something we'll add to it, and it'll be on the misline report that we talked about there. But what we'll do then is we'll sort of go into sales mode. It's kind of like we kind of answer the question, but we try to get them back on track. Okay? And we're very effective at doing that. So we kind of go around the houses on it effectively and sort of punt on the question, but try and get them back into the sales mode.
And sir, you by the microphone?
So is there a unique identifier that you, or like a unique chat identifier that you can tie in back to the lead process so that you can say this lead came in from this chat and you could associate the two?
Yeah, we have a tracking pixel. So if we launch on a particular instance, we track that sale all the way through with our tracking pixel. Yeah. So we know that if we brought it back to the site and made the sale or not. And then what we typically do is work with the customer at the end of the month. We figure you sell 100, you've sold 100. And the customer says, well, we've actually sold 95 because we had some credit card declines or whatever. And so we work off the customer's numbers, but they're very close.
I think there's also the ability to launch on certain marketing campaigns and not others, right? I think we looked into that. So if you have, say, you know, traffic coming from one source and you're like, oh, let's just try upsell it on this one marketing campaign. I believe we looked into that.
Yeah, you can do any of that you want, really.
Right. And you can layer the offer. So if someone is in a cart with buying something for $40, you don't give them $20 off. You give them, you know, some appropriate amount. If they're buying something that's $300 off, even if it has a low margin, you might not offer as much on that product. You can scale all that out depending on what your site needs.
You know, we've had customers come back to us and say, well, you know, we like the technology, but maybe they'll come back anyway. And the answer really is, do you want to take that chance? I mean, we know that probably 1% of the people have actually come back to your site. So it's all very well you saying, well, they may come back anyway. Most of our customers look at our site more than once. Do you want to take that chance? And I think in the climate we're in today, where sales are key, people need to close the sale when they can.
Right. I know for me, when I look in Google Analytics at what's the graph of number of visits to purchase, it's like one visit is all the way up here, 2 visits is down here, and then there's almost nobody who's coming back 3-4 times to make that purchase. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you either get them on the first time they're that they're at your site, or you probably don't get them.
And sir, you in the jacket here, you had a question?
Yeah, I have a question about pricing to the merchants. How do you, what is the cost to merchants?
Really, the best way to do it, we consider it, we're not an affiliate, of course, but the customers typically treat us like an affiliate. So whatever you would pay an affiliate, typically we get some portion of that or all of it. Just depends really on the product and or service and the amount of traffic you drive for us.
Yeah. And there's no network cost to them either, so they're not, so you don't have, even if it's an affiliate sale, there's a network cost to the affiliate side, but not to the upsell it side.
Well, I guess my question is, you said that you can give affiliates credit for the sale.
Correct.
Exactly.
So, would you be paying twice for that?
In that case, yes, but the difference is, for our clients, is we're converting, typically affiliate sales amount to 15 to 20% of your whole sales amount. Correct? I mean, if you have a site that's been up for a while and it's a normal site, affiliate sales contribute 15 to 20%. What we're saying is we're converting 100%. So we've negotiated a reduced fee from them related to affiliate traffic, so that the whole blended fee, and it's a little hard to understand in this presentation, but it's a blended fee is still below the affiliate payout.
So basically, you've got a different cost per acquisition for affiliate sales versus
Exactly.
overall online
But the
sales.
blending of all the sales is less expensive than a typical affiliate, typical affiliate program.
When you think about it, an affiliate is driving traffic to the site and they want to make a sale. Well, we're really just helping in that effort. You know, the customer's left, we bring them back, okay? The affiliate makes more money now, and we make a little as well.
So Durk, can you also speak, and now that we're talking about affiliate, can you speak on how your affiliates have adapted to this? Or what's the feedback that you're getting from the affiliates who are benefiting from this system?
I would say we're getting no feedback because we don't really know it. All they're seeing, if they're really looking at the numbers, if they would recognize the date that we converted to upsell it, they would see more money because the conversions go up. So really, it's really a transparent transaction, meaning that we're not disguising anything, we're not cloaking anything. The affiliate ID goes through, so we haven't really felt it necessary to identify. It's just part of the conversion process we've added for our customer. We have not had, I mean, maybe this relatively new to a lot of people, but they've been around a long time. I knew about the technology before I got involved with them, and you know, it's just another way to increase conversions, and it in no way affects, if you're an affiliate, in no way negatively affects what sales you're going to earn anyway.
Well, I think it's a positive benefit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're
because,
partners
you
with
know,
the affiliate, really.
Yeah.
I mean, consider ourselves a partnership with an affiliate.
And I will say that we looked at a couple other technologies. We actually got involved in one that said they would do it at a lot less expensive. And not that upsell is expensive, but when someone comes up and says, well, we'll do it for a lot less expensive, you want to try them out. And they said, of course, the affiliate ID goes through. Well, guess what? It was impossible to get it installed right. They didn't have enough resources to get installed right. And after testing it for a couple of days, we realized the affiliate IDs weren't, in fact, being sent through, contrary to where it's in their writing on their documentation, the affiliate IDs, and it did not. So we kicked them out in a heartbeat, and we've had such great success with upsell it. And one of the things you see in this last slide is, I've been doing internet stuff for 15 years, and customer support is spotty at best in almost all of our companies we've dealt with over the years, and their customer support has been unbelievably good. Yeah. And we just, you know, you ask a question, they'll get somebody on it, they'll change the script. If, you know, something happened totally unexpected, they'll change the script. You know, we couldn't be happier with the relationship. You know, the business is about, you know, performance, and they have outperformed every indicator they've given us. They've outperformed it, and then on top of that, they have great customer support.
Let me just say that, you know, we've been going for about just over 3 years now, and the company had resounding success. And when you have success like that, you kind of create yourself a few competitors. In fact, we had a few customers that turned into competitors. And there were those in the company that said, well, let's just call the lawyers up. And then we sat down at a meeting of the minds and we said, listen, we really do have a unique technology. We've been doing this a long time. The people that think this is just a bot, okay, are wrong. It's not conversational. Don't forget, bots are really keyword driven. So if you put the word bill in, it says, well, do you want to see your bill? Would you like to review your bill? Would you like to pay your bill? It's not conversational. The technology we have is conversational. So we feel that we just have technology and support that far surpasses any other people in the marketplace. And we just decided as a company to just put all our efforts into really making the product better and better, support the customer as best as you can, and that's paid dividends for us.
I know one thing that was really a struggle for me was just understanding, and not even just understanding, but really feeling confident about the way that the script was developed, the way that it was executing, when the chat window was popping up, what people were seeing. And I know I've spent several hours on the phone with your support people, and even when it just came down to me asking, okay, can you walk me through this? Well, what about this with the script? I mean, they really do have more resources than the average company out there to help you get comfortable with it. And it is a big topic, and it's sort of an unfamiliar thing developing these scripts, but they really take the reins. They've really taken, like they said, the FAQs and content from the site to develop the script, and there's not a lot that has to happen on your end in terms of that. And even when it just comes down to having questions about what they did, they're there to talk to you about it.
And then also the reporting interface is very, very user-friendly and simple to use. Just log on and you can sort by date and look at the chat logs and look at the sales and the numbers. It's very, very easy to use. So,
Does anyone else have any questions? You want to use the microphone, or?
We can hear Jacquie.
Yeah. Oh, well, of course it is Chuck. So.
Promise not to heckle Dirk.
Oh,
One of the biggest difficulties as an affiliate manager or OPM is to sell an extra technology or so, and everything's based on cost. So would it suffice to say that you're touting numbers of 35 to 50% cart lift on abandonment? If I've got a 10% cost to affiliates, forget about fees, you're saying that you're getting about 20% on average across your customer improvement in conversion. So there's going to be an additional fee for this because you're paying above the affiliate fee. So it's about 12%, but you're saying 12% is going to get you 35% more volume. I mean, how do you work the numbers out? You have to pitch it on.
If all of your traffic's affiliate, yes, it adds a cost. But we're converting affiliate traffic as well as natural and paid search. And we don't really, most of our clients look at these guys in search are totally gone after they leave the first time. So they don't figure in the pay-per-click cost of that person. So all we do is simple calculations. Based on natural search and paid search and affiliates, your average cost is still below the affiliate payout in every program we're doing. So if you're looking at only your affiliate traffic, yes, your costs are higher. But if you look at all the traffic we're converting, your costs are less than an affiliate program.
So if I have good metric numbers and cart abandonment, do you have a calculator that you can kind of throw it together? And
you may have come in late. We actually showed that slide. We do the calculations for our customers who have those kind of questions. A lot of it is try it, you like it. I mean, we do that a lot, and so like I think both Alan and Jacquie trusted that, and they could the scripts on their site. So if it wasn't working, they could just take it off. So it was fairly low risk, and they tried it and obviously worked. But there are other clients out there that want to, prove it to me. And so we did go through a whole analysis based on, one, we can either make up the numbers based on affiliate traffic is contributing so much to their total sales and traffic, or we actually been given real abandonment numbers by another client, and then we backed into the number that way.
I do trust you, Dirk, so I would take your word for it. So.
What you bring up was definitely one of the biggest challenges for me in terms of evaluating, what the real value upsell it brings, because it's easy to say, okay, if somebody types in my URL and they come to this site and then they're about to leave, but we pop up upsell it, and okay, I'll pay a couple of points over to upsell it to close that sale. But then what happens when we've paid, you know, a couple of dollars to pay-per-click, and then we have to make the decision of, oh, are we going to pop up upsell it, or we have an affiliate bringing somebody in, right? And so there is this stacking of commissions that, in my experience, hasn't happened anywhere else in my business where there's that stacking. But every time I look at the numbers, every time I really break it down, it always makes sense to pop up that upsell window. If I can just pay a couple of points to close that sale, it's always better off than losing the sale, regardless of if you've already paid out a commission to get that sale to your site.
And they do a lot of lead generation, so it's also a customer acquisition tool. You know, if you're doing you've got them as a customer and you've turned them in even for a small amount more. Said even if it was all affiliate traffic you were doing and you're paying more, you're still acquiring that customer for later sales if you have lifetime value. So, you know, you can look at this a variety of ways, but generally we take the blended approach, which is, again, they've allowed us the pricing model to do that, so we're sure that the blended approach, our costs are less than a normal affiliate program.
Questions? Anyone else? No?
That was easy.
I think we've actually
Good
answered
product.
a lot of questions throughout the presentation. So, do you guys have anything else that you want to add before
Yeah.
we conclude? Or
I mean, we basically are trying to roll this into all of our clients. We have some clients that think their sale is know that their sale is a considered sale, so they're concerned about possibly, getting in the way of someone who knows they're going to come back in a week because it's a large considered sale. But most people were just getting it rolled out in virtually all of our clients. The other thing is we do a lot of smaller merchants as part of our practice, and we're basically at the point now where if they won't install upsell it, because we know affiliate programs take a while to develop, particularly for small, lightly branded clients. If they won't use upsell it, which helps us really kind of get them going, we really don't take them as clients anymore. So it's really pretty tightly integrated with everything we're doing and how we're growing as a business. And again, I think on top of everything, I mean, I'm going to go back to the customer support makes our life so much easier. It's one thing that, we are selling the product on behalf of upsell it, but the fact is that they followed through on everything they've done and just made it a terrific add-on performance generator for every client of ours.
Just adding it up in my head, I think I've probably put in maybe 8 hours of time this year into upsell it. And yeah, I mean, from the time that, including time that it takes for Durk to tell you, hey, I've got this great product, all the way till, oh, we're going to do this speaking panel here at Affiliate Summit. It's a couple of hours, and if you go on my site, mynursinganiforms.com, I mean, you can see the results if you just go to the cart and try to back out of the site. I mean, you'll see what a couple hours of work and a relationship with upsell it can get for you.
And Durk, have you had any clients who've had like a live chat client they've been using, and they're now, can this complement live chat?
Yeah, the one client we had a case study where they installed it. They they need live chat. They really do, because it's a technical product and it needs to be explained. And they just feel like a live person in there is, it's just part of their customer support mantra, so to speak. But they have used, again, the upsell it very effectively in selected places where their live people cannot stop that abandonment. And again, in December or whatever month I saw, their upsell it tool was converting at 53%. Now it was a smaller number of abandons, but still, when you see that kind of conversion, they love it. Yeah.
And then, Glenn, in terms of triggers that are going to trigger the upsell it to start, is it unlimited?
It's unlimited.
I mean, it's unlimited.
Unlimited. We can have different places where we launch, a different script where we launch. It really is up to the customer and together we go through the site and determine where the best place to launch is really. But typically on the landing page, people come in and they blow off the site. Why not launch? I mean, they've gone anyway. When they're putting something in the cart and they blow off the cart, you surely got to launch to try and bring them back. If you've got additional products you want to sell, once they're in the cart and they've put their credit card in, that's a good time to try and upsell them. And even actually on the exit of the customer, once you've given them the thank you page, we actually sell a number of third-party solutions on the back end, additional product, which generates generates revenue for the customer as well. So it can really be launched in lots of areas.
I hadn't thought about that one.
Yeah. Can we link up after the?
Yeah. It's a very big part of our business now. You know, a lot of people on their exit traffic really want to try and monetize that visit. And we have solutions that can help them do that on the back end after they've satisfied everything that they can satisfy. And we do have solutions out there which sort of fall in with a lot of products that can generate additional revenue.
That also I was thinking about, you know, reviews are becoming huge. Search marketing opportunities. And you could actually use the pop-up at the end of the purchase to ask them to do a review of the process.
In fact,
that could generate, we're starting to use, I mean, we've got a number of clients using power reviews in bazillions, which is a great review product. And but one of the problems with it is generating enough reviews to be significant enough to show up in their affiliate site. And so this would be a great tool to increase our reviews for that traffic opportunity.
A lot of customers, you know, when we're in the early stages of negotiations, we'll say to them, well, if you're not sure, why don't we launch the product on some of your traffic? And why don't we drop a questionnaire out of the chat window so we can actually ask, was this a good experience? Was this worthwhile? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever you want to ask them. But resoundingly, it is a positive response from most customers, and it just helps us win the sale.
Well, before we conclude, does anyone else have any other questions, or, sir?
How do you guys determine how to present the live chat, the actual live chat, or your technology?
It's up to the customer, of course. You know, I mean, a lot of our customers do have live call center chat capability, and we typically fit in front of that. So we'll handle the majority of the frequently asked questions, and/or where we would do a better job than a live person. But some people use live people as well behind us.
If you want to do both, how you present it to the potential buyer?
Well, typically what you could say, for instance, is if you have a live, typically ours is called a live virtual agent, okay, virtual agent, and if it looks like the conversation is going very detailed, then we have technology there that can say, okay, would you like to speak to a customer service representative, and give you a phone number or actually route you to that person.
Sir in the back, and I'll get you next.
How do you guys get around pop-up blockers?
That's a good question. In fact, I'm going to defer to my partner and friend right here, Chris Wampler.
Well, the interesting thing is we're not a pop-up. We live within the page, and what we're essentially doing is allowing the person to cancel their navigation away from the page. In a sense, providing them with the chat. The chat itself is not a separate window either out of your Firefox, but actually embedded the HTML floating on top of the page, giving the sense that it's its own window.
And you over here on the...
Mine? My nursing uniforms with an S, .com. I think if you go there and you add, I think if you just add any product and then get to the shopping cart, not to the shop, either
Product
the
detail
shop
page,
yeah, there we go. And then you try to back out, it should pop up right there for you.
That's the way we use it as well, is when somebody has something in their shopping cart, and if they abandon, if they leave the page, the chat window will spur, and we offer them a 5% discount.
Right.
And Jackie's website is yourbabycanread.
Yourbabycanread.com.
Do you use the technology for any kind of referral incentive? For instance, if you, upon checkout, were to
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
I
no,
don't know of any customers
He
are
work- he
actually
works for
doing
me.
that, but certainly for sure you could.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good
That's a
idea.
great idea.
One more in the back.
I apologize for dwelling on this pop-up question, but, all right, so the pop-up comes up in the cart, but what if
I'm sorry, hold on. I think you guys might have to use the microphone.
what if I close the window altogether? So it's in the cart, right, the chat tool? So like if there's a question or whatever, but what if like 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna hit back, nobody hits back. Everybody hits close the window, so then a pop-up shows up?
That's correct, yeah. If you type in another URL or if you X out.
Okay. If you're familiar with Gmail, when you start to close an email, and then you don't send or save, what you'll get is an option to cancel your navigation away from the page. It's actually a convention that all browsers supported by JavaScript, where we can actually ask the person
We need to go, but we'll stay here for good questions.
chat. So we're actually pressing cancel to stay, instead of accepting an invitation to chat.
So you guys, I think we're overlapping with the next session here, so we're going to wrap it up. These guys are going to stick around for the next 5 or 10 minutes, so if you want to come up and ask any more questions, exchange business cards, etc., they'll be right here. Thank you guys.